Right then, I have got oil in there, using the same oil as I put in the engine, because you don't really want to mix oils, do you? Got some more shims that have just arrived today, as you can see in there and there and there. Some more new ones, because I've done a calculation on, I can't remember what website it is, a Honda bike anyway. You can type in your gaps that you want, your gap that's there and the shim that's there, and it'll calculate everything for you and give you what shim you need to put in. So that's where I've got that, and I checked it against the manual and it does seem to be correct. I'm going for the, let's get you close in there so you can start seeing what I'm doing. On the exhaust I'm going for around 0.18 mil, and for the for the intake, for the exhaust I'm going for around 0.26 mil. Okay, as close to that as I can. So I'm obviously going to be changing and swapping and all that kind of stuff around, because if you've got say a 3.0 in there, you need one there, and you need a 3.05 there, you put the 3.0 in there and then put the new 3.05 in that one. You can do that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with number 1, cylinder 1, valve 1. And I've checked with my vernier and the new shims with the vernier, and they all seem to be correct. So in cylinder 1.1 I need, in the intake, 2.95 shim. So I'll just clean my magnet, try, so there's no file on it. So that's 1.1. Firstly, put a bit of oil in and around there. 2.95. I've got my 2.95 here. And double check. Yep. There or thereabouts, isn't it? So I'll put that in there. Take the old shim out. Again, a bit of oil in top. Around a bit. Put her down there. I'm not going to put oil on top yet. I'll put oil on top when I put the cam back in. And the one I've taken out is, where's my sheet? Can't have my phone. The one I've taken out of there is the 3.0. So I'll check that again. No, 3.0. And that's going in 2.1. So if I mark off, I've done cylinder 1.1, and now I'm doing cylinder 2.1. I know it seems confusing, but this way you keep track of what you're taking out and what you're putting in. Inside. And then I mark that one off that I've done. And then this one, from 2.1, a 305 came out. So again, check it 305, and that goes in 4.1. And this was one of the ones that needed changing. Always keep the old ones safe, because we might need them again. I got these new shims off a bloke on the internet, eBay should I say. And they were quite cheap actually. If you buy, I had to buy 5 in the end. I had to buy one 2.08. One 2.95 and 3 what's it called, and 3 2.9s. So this one is the one I've just taken out is a 3.10 shim. Don't need that in anyone else, so that can go in the pack. Correct hole. What I need in there is a 3.0. And the next one is I need a 3.0. So in this one I need a 3.0. And always with oil. No. Now I'll try to film this as best as I can. Because I've even put the cams back in now. Zoom in a bit. Figured this out. All you need to do now, hold on, camera it, but do this part off camera because it's a bit fiddly. But here, there's an IN with a line underneath it that lines up with the top surface. So right there, where the light is. And on the other side, it's got a mark on with white paint. The EX. Get that one in first. Put the chain over it. And it's the first chain of the link. Can you see? So we can zoom down a bit. Oh, too far. So first chain of the link should be in line with there, along with the EX mark. There is one on this side as well. So that should be in line. I'm just going around to check. And lined flush. Like I say, the first link, the first rivet of the link should be, the bottom of it should be flush with the top of the head. Right then. And same with the other side. Wait. And now it's time to, I think you put the cam chain, you put because the lobes are now touching the buckets, they're going to be a bit out of line, so you've got to hope for the best of you. It is in line, but there's a bit of slack here on the chain. So I'm just going to check, see I have to put the chain tensioner in first, or the clamps. So now we're at this stage, you put the blob of oil on everything now. Doesn't matter where it goes, it's all engine oil at the end of the day. Make sure it's new engine oil that you put on. Try not to get any in the holes for the pins, because these bolts are made of cheese and they could snap if they're over tightened. Make sure the dowels are on, number 4's there, number 1's already in. Now I'm going to start them. Start the pins. Don't worry about that slack, I will take that out soon enough. You've got to remember these are only, I think, 11 newton meters, 12 newton meters. So when you're tightening them up by hand first, with your ratchet, just pinch them, don't go too far, because you can snap these. It won't be that fun to get out, especially if it's one in the corners where the frame is in your way, because that's an engine out job. Probably easy if you take the engine out anyway to do this task. I just haven't got the tools to take engines out. Now it's time to, now I've got the intake cam loosely fitted, all finger tight. What on my top tips is get your middle finger or whatever finger that fits and put it on the cam chain tension there, and it will line up perfectly then. And you can start wazzing your, well not wazzing, start clamping your cams down. And you're not doing them all the way down straight away, and then you've got a sequence to follow. And a very slow job. See how it's grabbed, there's still a bit of slack there, I'll change them off. Still a bit of slack there, but you can get it down. Let's see where I am with the marks. That one hasn't moved. The chain's come off there. So I need to put that back on and see if I can push it still, otherwise I'm going to have to loosen it off again. Oh, chain just comes off that one. put a bit of pressure on top. Not enough there. I need you have to get your strong hand. Get a strong hand on it. That's where you want to be. So now, let's see if I can clamp them down a bit more. Start from the middle again. Working your way out. Oh, slippery these pins are. Actually, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and etc. Keep doing that. Pinch each time, don't go too far. You just want a nice, even pattern. Same tightness all the way through. I know it looks like that, but it looks like it's dipping down more there. That's because these lobes are pointing downwards and these are upwards. Right then, following the sequence, 10 Newton meters first. Always. Just keep following it until I don't like this. No. I feel like that's tight enough for me. It says 10 Newton meters and then on to 12. I borrowed this torque wrench from work, so I've got to go back tomorrow. Now you'll notice that there are 4 silver bolts here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was cylinder 4 and cylinder 1. Both on the inside. Apparently, they're the ones that are easiest to snap. So take your time and make sure they're in the right place. And just take your time with it. I'm doing upside down, that's why. I'm going to loosen them off a bit, just so I know I've got them all correct tightness. So just go around, loosen them off a little bit because I do upside down, thicker. Only about a quarter of a turn each. Good job I noticed. Although they might not have snapped then, they might snap further down the road, and you don't want that to happen. Especially when there's an engine cover on and the engine's running. That's no good. See? So this is just 10 newton meters, like I was saying. Silver bolt. Silver bolt. Careful with them. That bolt seems to be a bit rounded off there. See if this works. The only option we've got, I haven't got any of these bolts. Don't try this at home. No, it's not working. I haven't got any other sockets now. There we go, right, 12 newton meters now. So you don't really move that much, but it is. So there's silvers. And then the last one, by feel. I'm happy with that. Now, canteen tensioner set to 5 clicks out, remember? And that goes in. Now there is a torque setting for these, but because you can't get anything down there, no point trying it. And then put your 2 8mm bolts in first, the outside ones, not the middle one with a pin in it and the spring. Put these 2 in. Because if you put the spring in, it'll probably pop it all out. Probably should have done all this before I painted my frame. I haven't marked it much anyway. I don't think I have at all, but you never know. So I can't get my hand on this bottom one. Right down here. to secure these two. Now it's time for the centerpiece. This very long, make sure everything's there. That in the spring in there, wash it. A bit fiddly get in. And then you'll hear it click, I believe, as soon as you start turning it in, because the tension on the spring will force the tensioner onto the chain runner. Not clipped yet, but we're still at 5 clips around it. It did come out at, I think it was 9 clips, which isn't very fun. And that's a 12mm, I can't remember. 12mm. Open ender again. Not fitting on properly. Right. Tighten that up. It's 12 now. That's another one, that's why. Tried using 30. Right, what you do now, go around checking your marks. So like this one, that's in line. And down under the engine. Is that there? That's there. Now you just got to turn it round and hope for the best. Spin it round a couple of times. Let's see either chain tensioner now. Always clockwise. There's one turn. And two turns. And does it line up? That one does. That one does. Perfect. Right. After all that, you get to check your clearances again. So if you remember, for the engine, the intake, it's 0.18. No, 0.14 isn't it? Hold on a sec, I've got it. I've got it here somewhere. So the engine, the intake is 0.15 to 0.24 and the exhaust is 0.22 to 0.31. So it cuts up in after about 0.18. Outer intake side. That's what I'm going for. Not TDC, that's how I know. Perfect. Right then. So I'm going to check all these again. If you need to make adjustments, you do the same process as I've done before. Otherwise, it's a good one. All I have to do after that is put the top back on, clean this paint off what I've done, put the top back on and give it a run. Thank you very much. Hope you have a great day.